How's it going, everybody? Kentucky Fisherman here, and today we're going to be going over some January lures. I got all this information from bassresource.com. I'll leave it in the description. Great place to read about and learn about different fishing techniques or seasonal patterns or whatever you want. So if you want to, go read about bass fishing, bassresource.com has everything you need. But I saved y'all some time. I wrote everything down in a notebook, and I'm going to be going over 2 lures for January fishing that you can look up January fishing right now, and you will see jigs pop up immediately. So we're going to talk about jigs first, and we're going to talk about the Bitsy bug. I believe is what it's called. Strike King Bitsy bug, and it's a 1/4 ounce. You can start with a 1/4 ounce, or you can go up to like a 1/2 ounce, 3/8 ounce, whatever you want. Or you can go up to an ounce. It's just whatever you're feeling like. Vary your options and try different weights and see what happens, whatever works best. But we're going to say that we're going to start out with a 1/4 ounce. 1/4 ounce is going to give, obviously, the lesser presentation. It's going to make it smaller. Bass may want that one day. Bass may want a bigger presentation, like a 1/2 ounce. It's whatever you think will work that day. Try it out, try different things, and see what happens. But I would say that you want to go with more of a football mushroom style head. You'll be able to feel the most on the bottom. And really what you want to do is you want to just drag the lure on the bottom. And so you're probably going to use a lesser flapping or moving trailer. So this is a unretrievable speed crawl that I have on both this 1/4 ounce and this 3/8 ounce. I just cut them at different length to fit the best. The way I do it is I see the skirt and I just want the claws just beneath the skirt. Same thing with this one, you can see with this. But you just want to slowly drag it along the bottom, and those fish will usually not thump it. They'll just barely grab it, and you're gonna have to use like mono is okay. Fluoro will be better. You'll be able to feel it better. But you're not going to feel very much. You have to really pay attention to your line and to your rod tip. But you also want to use a thinner diameter hook that will help you with hook sets, especially with your wider rods, to be able to feel more on the bottom when you're dragging it. And so I think that might be it. Also, you want to look for deeper points, and you want to look for like bluff walls and creek channel swings, stuff like that. The other lure I want to get into is the A-rig, Alabama rig, umbrella rig, whatever you want to call it. And so this is it, in case you didn't know. You want to usually try to find a thinner wire, one for, more of your finesse-y type lures. It's just not going to be able to be seen as much, obviously, and it's going to be thinner, so that's not going to be as heavy. But you just want to vary, because like you can do one of these if you want to try to finesse more. And so if you want to do one without a lot of flash, maybe you have clear water or whatever it might be, maybe more pressured fish, you might want to use smaller lures. And so this is 3-inch Keitech. Keitechs have a very tight wiggle, which would be really good for the winter. And so I would just so in Kentucky here where I live, you're allowed to have 5 hooks. You don't really need 5 hooks. I would say 3 would be your max. And so you would have your top ones. It varies on your state, so you're just gonna have to pick or go on your state regulations and see. But your top ones are usually going to be dummies, and then your middle or bottom one is going to be the ones with the hooks. And so what I would do is I would put my smaller ones up top. So maybe I'd have 2.7s or just 3s. Put those on the top, the dummies without hooks. And then your middle ones, your middle or your bottom or both, would have like 1/8 ounce jig heads. That way you can slow roll it, on the bottom if you need to, or you can go a little bit faster if you're going, in the shallower areas, whatever. But again, no flash or flash, totally up to you. You can have both, try both out, see what happens. Clear water, maybe try to do without it first and then switch to this. Maybe it'll work better. But again, that's completely up to you. Line wise, I would use 20 to 25 pound fluoro. Fluoro is recommended for like the colder temps, and then braid would be better for your deeper application. So 30 foot or under, 30 foot or over, I would use braid. It doesn't stretch as much, and it's more sensitive in the lower or the deeper applications. And downsizing, again, never hurts. So you could still have your flashy ones, that you might use 4-5 inch lures in the summer, but in the winter the smaller might work better for you. So again, you just have to adjust. You're just gonna have to play around with it. Another good tip for umbrella rigs, Alabama rigs, A rigs, whatever you want to call them, is just slow rolling it just above the bottom, and then every now and then twitch it, and that'll make all of the lures obviously twitch, and then your thing will condense a little bit. And whenever your thing condenses, that's what real life pods of bait do, is whenever a predator gets near them, they'll get closer together. And so whenever you do that, you might get a reaction bite, and it's going to look more natural. I hope these tips help y'all, catch some more fish in the January winter time. Again, this is not just for January fishing, it's just for winter in general. But if you look up, I would probably put it on the screen right now, if you look up January fishing, these two lures are going to come up. If you go to the videos, you'll see Tactical Bass, and I watch them a lot. They always are talking about Alabama rigs and jigs, and so I think that just shows you that these two are the dominant rigs for this season, for this winter time, and y'all definitely need to give these a try. So talk to y'all later. See ya.